you can see that there is almost a eczema, psoriasis, skin issue that runs along this line right here. And this is quite aggravated for me. Now, this, for me, comes and goes, and we want to understand the double mechanism of the reality of what I have, which is, number one, it's one hand, not both. Very important. Because that tells us that though there may or may not be an internal reason, we know that it is an internal reason plus an external flow reason, right? Why on this side and not the other side? Why not systemic? Why not elsewhere? Person tells you they have this here and at their knee and somewhere else, we can be thinking more systemic. But when it's very isolated to a spot, we know that there's something in the channels that's not allowing this to either fill and therefore soften back out, or to leave and drain. If it was red, weepy, etc., our issue is we need more drain, less life coming in, because if we drain it, life can then go in more, but you'd need both. And if it's dry, scaly like this, you know that you want more life to go in, and this stuff will disappear slowly in part of the process, okay? Now, interestingly, it is directly on a channel, and it's a digestion channel. And so this is one of those times where I would be very curious about the person's digestion issues, etc. And certainly, having lived in Asia and traveled throughout Southeast Asia for 28 years, I have no shortage of wonderful digestion issues. So there's a definite, that's a marker where I will say, I do need to ask internally, unless there's a definite, like the person comes in like this. Okay, right? Person tells you that they are a mechanic who does this all day. Okay, but when I see this on a generally healthy person who's structurally pretty balanced, I'm gonna stop and say, this is a moment where it is on the large intestine channel. Let's talk about digestion, etc. And now that we can say 100%, we know that my digestion is off a little bit, always has been, and I have structural issues, we want to ask what makes it better, what makes it worse. And lack of sleep, exhaustion, diet makes it worse. Oh, that makes us very digestive. So does overuse, overwork of it in a hand ways, and any friction on it. So mountain biking, wearing gloves, not only am I engaging a huge amount of stress in there and creating a bend of epic proportions in there, but I have a glove rubbing on it that's a bad material that is full of sweat and dirt and everything else. So we definitely have, it can be worse one way or the other, and it's at its worst when I have both. So structurally, it's not going to come out well, but from all the years of martial arts, everything else, both of my index fingers are rotated in and bent over. I talk a lot about a hammer toe, where especially in women, you can see it as it migrates, and that's to do with the sinews drying out and that big toe comes over. In the hands, it's less about the thumb, though the thumbs can be arthritic. The index fingers are the one that ends up, look at that curve to the outside there, right? So you add exercises that do this motion of gripping, of using, and you add nutrition, aging, sinews, and you add the fact that it is coiled up from these muscles. That's the channel that makes the sinew line that makes all the difference. So as this tires and tightens and shrinks, this just gets pulled over and you start to see that change. And it's very pronounced that my left, I'm left-handed, is more curved and different colored. But we can really see that I'm starting to get that, not just a push over, but a spiral. So it's spiraling inwards, whoop, which, used to be cut your nails straight. Now it's like I have to turn the hand because it's not just moving in, it's moving in at this angle, right? So the way to undo all that, of course, is to really spend a lot of time in the forearms, really do those sinew lines, have a talk about liver pills and nourishment, clean the gut if that was that important. I mean, this is not that important. Why my left is worst is that this is a much harder fist to grip. It's tight, it's stiff, whereas I can make this very quickly. This one, I really have to make that effort. Now, in the day, I won't even notice it. Everything's warm, everything's lengthened, so it's fine. But in the morning, boom, I can pop out these fingers, and this is the one that is the most noticeable. So we know that we have an issue that has both internal and external components. We know that at 58 this year, and how active I am, this is not very serious. Okay? So going after this and doing a ton of needles and a big crazy formula, what is the point of that, right? We have to play a longer game. It took time for this to happen. We want to work gently so that it doesn't just refix and then go right back. We need to have a strategy that this person, the patient, is going to know about that self-care, nutrition, etc., long-term as well, or in their 70s. That will be the first place where arthritis is really very obvious to show up. And we'll start to see the swollen knuckles. And most likely, in this patient's case, unless something happens, it will be the stiff, better with warmth, not the red hot arthritic joint, right? And the reason is because this is happening because it's being starved, not because it's having trouble exiting, it's having trouble entering the area. So we have a prognosis, we have a reason why, we know there's a physical component, we know there's an internal component, and you can even look at the skin quality on the forearms. Granted, I've been in bad hotels in Georgia using chlorinated water, which my skin doesn't like to begin with. But even then, you can just see that there's a reflection of this all the way up. This is going to be the key component, but as we all know, it's probably going to be more important checking up further in the line and in here. Patient then tells you that, in the past, this would come and go, be there for a day or two and then disappear. But they've been noticing this a lot the last few weeks or months, and that actually right now is the worst it's ever been. And this particular patient has been mountain biking more in the last 3 weeks, than he has ever consistently, right? So where's the part that's the most sore? And actually it's the triceps in this area. So that's so sore from 3 days of riding. So we know that that's the line we're gonna have to work.